is a really so this is a very slow processor on this particular phone, but let's see if this
You
works.
can just go to IE test drive.
IE test drive.
It's about optimization. It's more about standards compliance. I mean, these tests work really well with Chrome on the desktop.
So basically, this is a fish tank, and I'm not sure it works on my phone, but I can show it on my real phone afterwards. Yeah, these are some slow fish, but they do swim. So if you bring this page up on your iPhones,
It's funny because we had as an exercise. You made ourselves our first week. So I think it's near and dear to all of us.
Excellent.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the fish are moving, they're swimming around, and they seem to be pretty happy. So are they happy on your iPhones? So ietestdrive.com. Wow, they're really swimming. Can you add more fish as well?
I don't know.
Oops. Wow, here you go. So do you have any swimming fish? No? Or the dead fish on the bottom of the sea?
And maybe it's the iPhone 4 has a little bit of HTML5 support.
Okay, so so they're not moving on my screen, but they're moving on my there you go. They're really fast. Yeah.
There's a CPU test essentially.
Yes, so the browser uses the CPU to accelerate the web experience.
Does it even use the GPU?
Yeah.
Yeah, all of the animations on the Windows Phone are GPU accelerated. So the minimum specs, the nice thing about them is you're always going to get the nice fluid experience, even if you get the lowest end handset or the highest end handset. Because of those minimum specs.
Technical question would also be: is the interface, like you see there, is that a GPU accelerated?
Yes. Yeah.
And so there is actually it's part of the spec to have a GPU in the phone.
Yes.
Yeah,
And the transition and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, great. Because that's not an Android actually. It's an iPhone.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so we have some fish not swimming at all here on some iPhone 4s. So there is a difference in how certain web pages render, etc., etc.
They're improving that in iOS 5 as well.
Yeah, let's hope so.
I would like to see a game. Yeah,
okay.
It would be actually nice to see the whole experience of going to the marketplace, buying or
okay, so that's a good one. So go in. So we can if you want to buy a game, let's go in and okay. So this is my games hub. So I pan around. This is my avatar. Hopefully he's getting a bit tired now at the end of the day. My friends, invites, so requests for playing games and so forth. Information about games. So again, designed to stimulate your entire game experience. But I want to download another game. So oops, that happened. What game? Oh, there you go. So I'm so used to doing this in English, so I'm blind. So this takes me straight into Marketplace. And a specific session or section.
You have a special marketplace for games?
No, so it's one marketplace, but you have categories. You have your music marketplace, you have your apps, and you have your games. So this is again this panorama view. So you have one game today owning the entire experience, and it might be your game, right? You have some Xbox Live featured games. You have some new games. You have exciting new games, and this is the Brain Challenge game that owns the panorama. So if we go in, and I'll actually take a game that I go into all. Xbox game, I'll buy a game that I have bought before, or we can take this one. It's a free game. It's free, so I choose install. No, I'll actually go one out again. Yeah, we go back in. So this is how the information about the games is shown. So you have the info, and then you see that this is a pivot. right? So I have reviews for the game, and I have screen dumps coming down like that. And I go onto status, and now I have a slow connection, so it will take some time to download. And so while we do that, this is like the TV chef, we have prepared another game. And this game is Angry Birds, a game that you know and love, maybe, or hate, I don't know. There we go.
By the way, is Windows Phone allowed to, does it allow apps to ask for GPS information in the background all the time?
Yes. Well, you know this, right? So, okay. So the big thing, I mean, obviously Angry Birds is available on other platforms, but you know, it's not available as an Xbox Live game. So the points you earn, your achievements and so forth, that's unique to Windows Phone.
Did those go to your game store?
What was the question?
Does that get added to your game store?
Yes.
On Xbox?
Yes, it does. So it's a really one experience.
So if you have so many, because all of these points are on the phone.
Exactly, but I do use I have 4 sons, and they play with my gamer ID, my gamer tag, so I get a slightly better score than I'm deserving. Well, so that's the game experience. Essentially, and there are tons of games, lots of Xbox titles and lots of indie games. So, from a gaming perspective, I'm sure you will be very happy with Windows Home. And I'll show you this, the app which we talked about before, the cocktail flower. I think I downloaded that. So this is a great example of, again, an app that attracts, delights and retains. Okay, so there I got a question when I logged in. Do you want to enable push notifications from this particular app? So this is what it looks like. It's very metro, very nice looking, but still a unique identity to this specific app. I mean, you want to drink stuff, clearly. I panorama around. I have my bar stock. So this is my personal bar. So I go in and I can add in my bar, in my cabinet, the stuff I have at home. And if you notice, the blue circle at the top, it says 0. But if I start adding things like some gin, and some rum, and some brandy, first of all, and then I have this. Okay, I'm really bad at mixing drinks, it seems. And this, and now we should, okay, one drink. We have this, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. Jesus, okay, so I need to put all the stuff in here. Coke as well, okay. So I'm now up to 11 possible drinks in my cabinet. So that's pretty good. My bar now looks like this. Okay, so I go in and I choose to mix a Bacardi cocktail, and in slides the ingredients. I swipe with a pivot this time and get the preparation instructions for my drink, and then I get some tips on similar drinks, and I move to rum fizz, which looks like that, and you really get your juices flowing when you see this. I mean, you want to drink, clearly. Sorry?
Who's made the app? Is it just an independent?
Yeah. From Hungary, apparently. I didn't know that. So the agree is, I mean, it's a pretty funky app, right? And then you have this retain experience. So if I go back out, I have my cabinet, of course, and then I have app guide, app settings, let me see, packages. So I see a number 6. So I have 6 app packages that are waiting for me to download. So I have my Valentine's Day, which are probably all red drinks that are very sweet. So if I go in there, I can choose to download this package and extend my list of cocktails that I have available in the application. So this is a way, to retain me as a user, to continuously serve me with new additions to my application. No. Okay. So that's cocktail flow.
How is the battery on the phone? Is it like it's not, my iPhone battery dies pretty fast.
Yes.
Like how
So
this thing
yeah.
goes to,
So that's battery life is obviously a big part of the user experience.
Yeah.
And if you remember, we put the user experience first. So you shouldn't be disappointed about the battery performance because we've optimized that. You know, the software and the hardware. Make sure the minimum spec for the battery is sufficient. Then obviously, if you sit and do intensive multimedia and are talking at the phone at the same time and so forth, it will probably drain or will drain faster than if you sort of do a normal use. But battery life should be good and better than the iPhone as far as I'm concerned.
what is good like?
It should take you. I mean, the bar is today to take you through the day without any problem. So you can charge it overnight.
The Amazon app has purchasing, but it uses the one-click shopping or whatever.
Yeah.
That's not right. How does that? Do you know how that works?
Yes. So you can. I mean, if I have an account at Amazon, I can obviously shop in the app. So that's in-app purchasing. But what we don't allow is in-app purchasing that goes through marketplace, if you will. So depending on what you mean by in-app purchasing, it does work. I mean, Spotify is another great example, right? So you pay for the service somewhere else and you just consume it on the device. So we don't allow subscription services, for example, through Marketplace, but if you have a subscription and then you download the free app, you can use it. So there are ways to design that process.
What do you charge? Android and Apple has 30%.
Same thing.
Same
So 30/70. So 70 for the developer and 30 for us to maintain all the services around Marketplace, testing, certification, and so forth. So how are you doing, Danwei?
Have a very simple one.
Yeah? Are you ready to rock and roll?
Sure.
Cool. So any sort of final question? We can do this. I mean, the IMDb app, we talked about that before, so I'll open that. I haven't configured it, but it will give you a sense of how different apps look on Windows Phone compared to the same app on an iPhone or an Android. So this is, again, panorama type experience. It will give you a sense that the app is much bigger and with much more character than the corresponding app on iPhone and Android. So you have the background, which is the theme from a movie, etc., etc. And you go in, and this is fairly similar, of course. So it looks more modern, and you can watch the trailer, etc. That works. So rethink your apps. I mean, like in School Mod, for example, how can you make that look more modern, be more exciting?
There's a lot of money to be made in improving what's on other platforms.
Yes, there is actually. Yeah. Yeah. So this is pretty nice.